institutional actors armed with credentials and insider access operate in an environment designed to reward them with conformity and not with truth. Meanwhile, me, Ricky Monday, the outsider, I'm an autodidact. I'm a self taught individual. I've discovered rules, codes, filing requirements, and even learned how to follow the rules of the court after I learned how to read and write all over again. Over this time, I become a formidable opponent, not with threats to the institutional or their discomfort or chaos, but with clarity. And when that clarity arrives, they need a Tums. It's upsetting, and they provide no respect, acknowledgement, but meet me with retaliation disguised as professional performances. As an intellectual type of individual, I'm still dismissed as incapable, but now rebranded as incompetent, not because of error, but because of precision. The system cannot tolerate a mirror held to his face shown its own wrongful misconduct by someone who was never authorized or supposed to know how to hold it in the first place. Even when the outsider files procedurally sound motions, cites correct case law statutes, adheres to the Code of Civil Procedure, and follows all of the multiple rules of the court for the purpose, the institutional actor, he just can't believe it's not butter. They cast then a shadow on the wall and they call it jurisprudence. And they say that it's the truth, but the truth teller sits confused. That's not the truth. Watching these professionals walk around and lie with ease and then walk away without consequence? Why? How? Because the idea that someone without formal legal education could reach this level of competence threatens the very foundation of that credentialed authority. It triggers jealousy and retaliation and the need to erase. The system responds not with adjudication, but with fiction, creating a false narrative, slandering the individual, and then labeling him as vexatious to protect its own face. That's right. This system and its institutional actors are well settled, rigorously complicated or compensated, and enjoy the fruits of expropriation through usurpation. They use their office to take, under the disguise of professional performance or public acts, without offering just compensation. Their credentials become backstage passes to a concert of impunity where the bass drum kicks an insider tune. The signal is subtle, magic words, a backdoor dial, and a little one on one comfort, knowing that the adversary isn't on the line and that no power can hold them accountable. In this system, truth keeping is not a duty, it becomes a threat to it. The courtroom becomes the theater of procedural performances where these actors with credentials from the institutional are granted. In this system, truth keeping is not a duty, and the truth teller is a threat. The courtroom becomes the theater of procedural performances where the actors with credentials from the institution is granted immunity, and anyone who challenges that script, they can get erased. Jargon and delay are mixed with silence, and the main ingredient, they call it garnish. The court adopts their characterization without scrutiny, without shame, without even pretending to conceal its bias, because the truth is hard to face, and easier to label one who sees it as vexatious rather than the comfort, the violence, violations, and make it visible. The civil justice system erects a formidable series of hurdles for the unrepresented. Most fundamental challenges is the expectation that a pro se litigant, despite their lack of formal training, must follow the same complex procedural rules and evidence as seasoned attorneys. Judges, while sometimes offering limited leeway in pleadings liberal, construing pleadings liberally, cannot act as a litigant's advocate to provide legal advice without compromising their neutrality. Huh, they're not neutral. Empirical reality.